Today, we present one of the most remarkable technologies invented by the latter half of the 20th century, cloning. Good afternoon. This is your host, Niga Colar. Because of the lack of facilities in our province, we have decided to visit Cebu, most scientific city in the world, to learn about cloning. But before we plunge into the process of cloning, we first ask, what is cloning? To learn more, we go to Cebu City National Science High School to interview one of the most infamous connoisseurs in the field of cloning, Dr. Jesus Ninataka 14.
Clones are organisms that are exact genetic copies. Every single bit of their DNA is identical. So, how is cloning done? Actually, there are two processes: the artificial embryo twinning and the somatic cell nuclear transfer. Now, if you were talking about cloning an organism such as a mouse, Dolly the sheep was cloned using the SCNT, somatic cell nuclear transfer. Now, what is somatic cell nuclear transfer? Let's divide it. Somatic cell. This refers to any cells aside from the sex cells. The nucleus is a compartment that holds the cell's DNA. The DNA is divided into packages called chromosomes. Now, transfer. When you say transfer, the nucleus is then transferred to another organism. So basically, talk about the somatic cell nuclear transfer. A somatic cell is then isolated from, let's say, a certain organism, and then an egg cell is removed, coming from a nucleus. The nucleus is then removed, and all of its DNA from an egg cell. The nucleus is then transferred from the somatic cell to the egg cell. After a couple of chemical tweaks, the egg cell with its new nucleus. All in all, the process involves isolating a somatic cell, removing the nucleus and DNA from an egg cell. After a few chemical tweaks, the product then behaves just like a freshly fertilized egg, developing an embryo which is then implanted into a surrogate mother.
Having been instructed by a mad scientist, we now proceed to clone human beings. But due to the lack of rational human beings and the ethical repercussions should we ever pursue that course, we have decided to settle on cloning mice. We sojourned to the largest laboratory in Southeast Asia, MSC site, to conduct the experiment. We now interview the director of the mice cloning project, Scare Af Logartham, who has graciously allowed us to film the procedures.
The theory behind the magic trick that we'll be presenting is simple. We will only require an egg cell from an egg cell donor, a nucleus from a somatic donor, a surrogate mother, and a standard laboratory complete with all the instruments and apparatus needed to conduct the experiment. We take the egg cell, nucleus, replace it with a diploid nucleus. After the embryo divides several times, we implant it into the surrogate. After a few weeks, the surrogate will give birth to the clone.
Are the offspring similar to the egg cell donor, the surrogate mother, or the nucleus donor?
It is similar to the nucleus donor. The genetic material of the offspring comes from the nucleus donor alone. Therefore, its characteristics are similar to the nucleus donor. Its mitochondrial DNA, however, is similar to the egg cell donor.
Thank you very much for allowing us to participate in your experiment. Now we have learned more about the science of biology, cloning in particular. It is time to conclude our program. We hope you have learned absolutely nothing from this excuse of a project. Au revoir.